ready to start? All right. Hey, everyone. I guess we made it successfully to the end of a most anomalous semester. I am so thrilled to welcome everyone here today to the College of Science virtual event where we will celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of our 2020 graduates. The faculty and staff of the College of Science wanted to let you know how very proud we are of you and of what you have accomplished. All of your department chairs and program directors are here, and many of your favorite faculty, so take a moment to try to find them and wave and say hello. I guess maybe, are there pictures up? Can we see them? Maybe not. Anyway, wave virtually. Today we will be toasting you, our 2020 College of Science graduates, and your accomplishments, and celebrating your perseverance in making it through your final degree requirements in the time of COVID. We will celebrate by having a student from each department do a 2-minute toast to their fellow graduates. This will be followed by that student reading the names of all of the graduates in his or her department. I do want to remind everyone here that this is not our official WSU convocation graduation. The university is planning a big celebratory graduation event on Saturday, August 29th. So please put that on your calendars. We will be there and we hope that you will too. I want to take a minute and acknowledge and welcome all of the faculty and staff in the College of Science who worked so hard to make the shift from face-to-face classes to online as seamless as possible for all of their students. This was not an easy task. It demanded creativity, innovation, and stamina, and just like you, certainly not what they were expecting. So thank you, College of Science faculty and staff. Let's give them a hand. Without further ado, we will begin by welcoming College of Science student Cheyenne Smith to our virtual podium and have her toast her fellow 2020 zoology graduates.
Hello, I'm Cheyenne Smith and I'm a zoology graduate. The pursuit of my degree was a long process, as I'm sure it was for many of you. I have mixed feelings about graduation. I'm so excited that it's finally done, but I'm going to miss seeing all of my friends and professors around campus. I know that it was a shocking moment when we moved online, and it was kind of scary. Especially if you were in a class that didn't even have a Canvas page to begin with. But hey, at least we could all finally find parking. And nothing can fully replace in-person learning, and nothing can replace the feeling of being in a lab or being in a field course. And actually, when I was first asked to give this toast, I immediately thought of my genetics course and looking through a microscope and determining the phenotype of hundreds of flies. And at the time, it was tedious, but looking back, I miss that I can't be in a lab. However, overall, I feel that we all handled the adaptation to this change remarkably well. Zoom sessions became the new normal, as did texting your friends or emailing your professors in a panic when you didn't fully understand a concept. But together, we got through this. We graduated. Congratulations to all of the 2020 graduates, and thank you to the faculty and staff at Weber State for guiding us through this challenging time. I will now share the names of the 2020 zoology graduates. And if I mispronounce the name, I'm so sorry. Megan Anderson, Amber Bell, Bailey Browning, Noelle Leanne Castorina, Tegan Olson Davis, Nick Paulson Eccles, David J. Gross, Gina M. Gross, Cody Roger Harris, Valerie Ipik Madsen, Heather Marie O'Donnell, Elena Mateus, Tara Lynn Reynolds, Cheyenne Mackenzie Smith, Bethany Lorraine Taylor, Taylor Brett Wilco, McKenna Nicole Merrill, Laura, sorry, the chat popped up in the way of the screen, so I can't see the name. Laura Oldland Judd, Tyler D. Williams, Augustus G. Milan, Chanel Deborah Ross, Ashley B. Lyday, Jessica May Nye, and Haley E. Johnson.
Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Now we're going to hear from botany graduate Jeffrey.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Colbert, botany major and a Chemtech Associates. This semester started off like any other. A lot of anxiety for classes, exams, learning our material, making sure that we pass all our courses and get that final grade, knowing that we're going to finally graduate. And the added senioritis probably was the worst for me. Then the COVID crisis hit. We were all told to go home. Classes were over. There wouldn't be any more labs, which was incredibly scary for me. Working on a capstone thesis project, knowing I needed to get in there, that was really scary, along with a lot of my friends who were trying to do the same thing. There's a lot of uncertainty and stuff left in refrigerators. I'll get to that in a little bit. But our professors, that's who I really want to thank and toast in this. They stepped up. Their approach to the online, going from traditional, was amazing. Changing things, adding Canvas pages. They truly adjusted, found out where we were, what we needed, how to go forward and still get all the credits, all of the information on there. It was fun seeing our professors appear like Max Headroom. Probably the wrong generation to talk about him, but virtual heads floating in this virtual space with glitches going on. It was really fun. Or others who left the background real. And we got to see their houses, got to hear their distractions and see that their lives are just as hectic as ours. And we got to see a truly human side of them. Back to the refrigerators. Thank you, Sonia, for clearing out that refrigerator in the botany major's room, or as we call it, the lounge, and getting some of the stuff out of there that I kind of needed back, or it would have gone really bad. Thank you so very much for that. We are the anomalous alumni, dedicated, tenacious, and strong. And let's not forget our professors as well. I don't think this graduation would have happened had it not been for them. May I present the graduating anomalous class, Botany 2020. May they have every success in life. Margarita V. Rivera, Alexis R. Sullivan, Jeffrey Mark Colbert, Grayson Connor Hodge, Dalton Monroe Jones, Kaisa Nicole Renley, Summer Roberts, Christian Ryan Villas, Samuel Lindquist. Glass up.
Thanks, Jeff. That was awesome. All right, now we're going to turn the time over to Alexia, who is our chemistry and biochemistry graduate.
All right. So while my time spent at Weber State in the College of Science has always been great, this semester has definitely been a curveball. Trying to transition courses that require labs to an online setting has been near impossible, I am sure. And I'm grateful to the professors that somehow made it all work out in the end. Going from a situation where I saw my classmates all the time to an online environment was quite challenging. Prior to the pandemic, many hours were spent in the chemistry major's room eating peanut butter out of the jar, rice, or whatever else we could find, while trying to understand MO diagrams or any aspect of physical chemistry whatsoever. When the school was closed for the pandemic, we had to get much more creative in the ways we worked together. Thankfully, we already had a Discord server, so staying in touch with each other was easier than expected. I think the professors had a much more difficult time ensuring we all stayed at least somewhat on task. We certainly didn't make it easy on them with all of our strange side conversations, our pets joining the class, and even instances where we all got maybe a little too comfy wearing pajamas to class. Dr. Herzog even eventually embraced the PJ lifestyle. And yet, somehow, with all this craziness, we all still managed to learn. Thank you to all of my professors and my classmates for a memorable final semester. All right, I will now read the names of the graduating class in chemistry. Erica Marie Allred, Coleman Lane Barnson, Michelle Louise Broderick, Hunter Dion Evans, Trace Daniel Gaskill, Joseph Tyler Gilbert, Michael Curtis Holz, Sydney Kendall, Andrew Mancinelli, Gabriel Hale McKay, Jared Nilsson, Laura Louisa Odlin Judd, Hunter Douglas Olson, Mackenzie Ann Price, Chanel Deborah Ross, Jaden Brent Ryan, Sarah Ann Saltzgiver, Miranda Speth, Kimberly Whitmore, Taylor Brett Wilco. Okay, and then we've got another slide too. Sorry, I'm busy fiddling with the side thing. Garrett William Collins, Kimberly Whitmore, Taylor Brett Wilco, Garrett William Collins, Cade Thomas Crittenden, Kaivi Thorne Eisenhower, Wyatt Eric Ekblad, Gavin Charles Kidd, Alexia Cassandra Kreinbrink, Caleb J. Leonhardt, Jace Parker Williams, Noella Rose Alder, Alborz Alima Dottie, Jaden Scott Arnold, Jeffrey Tyler Arrington, Brandon Lee Carrillo, Kennedy Crittenden, Robert, sorry, the chat's in the way, James McPherson, Robert McPherson, sorry, Hunter Douglas Olson, Kevin Doyle Seeley, Talia Ann Swanky, Logan Scott Taylor. Sorry, Robert, it's Robert James McPherson. Sorry, Robert.
That's awesome. Thanks, Alexia. Now we will turn over to Brooklyn, who is an Earth and Environmental Sciences major graduate.
Oh, and then all as well. Okay. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that my senior semester of my undergraduate degree would have ended at my kitchen table, let alone with my brother sitting next to me eating a bowl of cereal. It's funny, actually, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that his company eating that cereal would have been so welcomed at a moment like that too. Online school really has been such a trip for me, but there is no way I could have done it with my sanity without that brother eating cereal next to me, without all the group chats filled with geology memes and other geologic content, and the incredible professors that I had. This semester started out with high expectations, full of excitement. Many of my fellow classmates, including myself, were involved in a research project that involved the mapping and geochemical exploration of the Silver Island Mountains in Utah's West Desert. We spent several days in the field, hours in the laboratory, and extra hours in front of our computer interpreting data we worked so hard to get. And we were all so excited to continue this research this spring and to further our exploration of the area and understanding all of its geologic history. But like many of us in the College of Science, this research was slightly derailed, and as our time in the labs had to end and we were all forced to adapt to this new normal with regards to school and online learning. Though this unfortunately happened, it was nothing we couldn't handle. We've been prepared for this. We know how to learn in tricky situations. Our hardworking professors, mentors, and staff of Weber State University did their absolute best to provide us with all of the recognition for the work that we did, and for the work that we did complete, and for the results that we did find. The camaraderie of this university during this pandemic has been incredible. It has brought comfort, hope, and relief as we have all struggled with the changes and disappointments. I'm grateful for my family, who I have learned to love even more with all of this time that we've spent together and all these countless hours in my small home. I'm grateful for my classmates throughout the College of Science, with all of the different classes that I've had with people from different departments, and for the professors who've provided me with so many learning and growing opportunities, who challenged me to think and to work harder, and who showed unwavering support and satisfaction in all that I and we accomplished. We did it, guys. Rock on. Now going to introduce, well, I guess congratulate the Earth and Environmental Sciences graduates, whether they are geology or applied environmental geoscience. We have Spencer Allen Glosser, Stefan von Huntsman, Adam Ross Lieberman, Jackson Harrison Smith, Tiffany Ann Snyder, Morgan Lee Stewart, Keely Stratton Higgs, Analia Vaughn, Patty Adams, Chantel Faye Anderson, Laura Virginia Donnell, Judith Smith, Natalie Waters, and Sven Robert Livingston. Way to go, you guys. We did it.
Awesome. Thanks, Brooklyn. Now we're going to hear from mathematics graduate Cameron.
Hello, everyone. As you've probably heard, there is a stereotype that definitely comes with math majors. However, the thing that I noticed and loved most about Weber is that stereotype didn't prove true. There are so many students that I was blessed and given the great opportunity to work side by side with. And there have been many, many instances of late night cramming for calc finals and other exams in Tracy Hall, studying until the very early morning hours in Tracy Hall. Whether that's allowed or not, I'm not sure. But just putting in lots of work to get this degree. Jeffrey, in his toast, he talked a little bit about senioritis, and I feel like it would be inappropriate if I didn't have, as a mathematician, some sort of equation to sum up this semester. College senioritis plus COVID-19, all raised to the Weber State University, equals an unforgettable ending to one of the greatest adventures of my life. One of the things I love the most is that all the students, all of the math majors, are dedicated to prove something, no pun intended. Maybe it's to prove themselves in a major that's difficult for others to pursue, let alone understand why we would be crazy enough to go for the gold in such a degree, but the drive is there. Others, it's money. I mean, it's a very lucrative degree, let's not lie. For some, it's just the logic. But I think I can speak for all of us when it's accomplishing the unthinkable and contributing in ways that others choose not to, for obvious reasons. It's been a pleasure working with all of you. And though I'm not a drinker, my favorite toast, to which I toast all of you with my metaphorical glass: may our sons have rich fathers, and may our daughters have beautiful mothers. Good luck, everyone. Now I will read the names of the math graduates. Micah Lewis Allen, Brent Allen Butler, Alexandra Cothran, Robert Nicholas Flowers, Olivia Virginia Glassford, Dalen Scott Hansen, Matthew Scott Hermes, Kevin Robert Hoffman, Desiree Dawn Lindsay, Nicholas Malinowski, Andrew R. Little, Katie J. Willis, Brandon Jeffrey Sharp, Elias Benjamin Skinner, Ryan Lyndon Zog. It continues: Kimberly Beck, Matthew K. Jensen, Emily King, Erin Christina Barnes, Rebecca Garrett, Olivia Virginia Glassford, Michaela Moser Herzog, London Bolos Richens, Jaden W. Jackson, Megan Louise Parkinson, Kevin John Randalls, Ronald Kelly Jensen, Nathan Daniel Kilcrease, Chelsea Webb, Marcus James Chacon, Paul Partita, and William Hiddle. Way to go, math graduates.
Thanks, Cameron. Now we will hear from Sherry, who is our microbiology representative and grad.
So, what a year that we've had. In the microbiology department, we've been exposed to research, pathogens, food safety, medical micro, environmental micro, and much, much more. We've endured late nights, we've endured long study days, and we've taken classes from Dr. Domick, Dr. Clark, Dr. Crook, Dr. Cullenberg, Dr. Lorowitz, Dr. Nakaoka, Dr. Oberg, and Dr. Sandosi. Some I'm sure we've loved, and some I'm sure we've hated, and some we've been glad to learn so very much, and some we've been really glad to get done with. When we went online, we became a family in our classes. We showed up, we were able to be there with our pajamas or with our animals. That was my favorite part, is to see Dr. Cullenberg's cat and her dog at different days and the things that we found. Dr. Oberg would teach about STDs, and that was my favorite part. It really he was so funny about it. That's why I went into microbiology. I am so grateful for all of the work that was put into the change and how hard it was for people that are my age that had a really hard time getting back into computers and what it took to do these kind of things. I'm going to read the graduates for 2020 in microbiology. First, Samantha Jane Brailsford, Daniel David Brantzen, Bruce Connor Harding, Zachary Joseph Herbert, Michael Curtis Hulse, Kenzie J. Isaacson, Natanya Kapoor, Chase J. Laughter, Nasima Nadabuni, Leah M. McKinnon, Matthew Samuel Mendoza, Justin Nefi Morales, Eric Peterson, Snowber Shokut, Sherry Thornton, Zachary Gary Twitchell, Austin Jeffrey Watts, Brantzen Richard Wood, and Alexis A. Matthews. Congratulations. Yay, we're done.
Thanks, Sherry, so much. Now I'm excited. We'll hear from Kevin, who is a physics grad.
Ooh. Hey everyone, like she said, I'm Kevin, 2020 physics and applied math grad, and times have been interesting to say the least. If there's one thing I think like obtaining a science degree has taught us all, it's how to be persistent, and that's provided we can stay motivated. And staying motivated this semester has definitely been a bit of a challenge, as things have been weird. But one good thing about being in physics is that we've been practicing this whole social distancing thing ever since most of us can remember, so that's nice. We have that plus. But there have been a lot of things that have been challenging for all of us. I think missing things like going to the majors room and just bickering about classes, kind of complaining about coursework, sharing dumb science jokes that aren't really funny, but we laugh at regardless. I miss those kinds of things. And it's these little interactions that I've missed in this transition to like online class. And like one thing we learn in physics and one thing that I miss is just kind of all these little interactions and all these commonalities we have. For example, in physics, we learn that things in nature like energy and momentum are conserved. But one thing we all experience very early on is the fact that like the amount of sleep we get is not conserved. We all learn that very quickly, and that's a commonality that we can all share. And I think, yeah, so going forward, we've all found ways to make it through this, and I guess we're all here. We're at the end of the semester. We've made it. And yeah, it's exciting. And I think this is a pretty momentous occasion. I mean, we did it. We figured out how to use Zoom. We're all on Zoom. We made it. I think that was the goal. And also, I guess graduating isn't a small thing. So we did that as well. And it's both an exciting and frankly a bit nerve-wracking thing to do. But I'm excited to see what all of you do in the next stages of your lives and see what you all accomplish. And it's kind of nice. There's not a lot of us physics graduates, so I think I can read you all the names pretty easily. But there's Andrew J. Greenland, Sekou Holder, Elizabeth Janey Jenkins, Matthew K. Jensen, and Zachary Taylor Lee, Nicholas Malinowski, myself, Kevin Randalls, Travis O. Threadgold, and Jeremy Vernon Walker. You're all a bunch of really cool people, and I'm excited to see what you all do. I wish I got to see your seminars.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we'll give it back to Dean Easterpilcher.
So wow, these Zoom meetings, I would really like to just be able to reach out and hug, but that is not going to happen. Let me give a shout out to a couple of entities. One to the WSU stores who really helped us get our gifts out to all of you during these crazy COVID times. If you did not receive your gift, you may reach out to Allie Miller. She will be making arrangements for you to pick them up at Tracy Hall when the times allow for that. And speaking of Allie Miller, I would like to give her a big shout out for all the planning and orchestration of this event. Thank you, Allie. And thank you also to Mark Ashby, our IT person for this event, for ensuring that things ran smoothly. Tom Hanks, in a graduation address, said to 2020 graduates, "You are the chosen ones because of a fate unimagined when you began your higher education adventures. You started back in the olden times, in a world back before the great pandemic of 2020. You will have made it through a time of great sacrifice and great need. No one will be more fresh to the task of restarting our new normalcy than you. The future is always uncertain, but we who celebrate what you have done, who celebrate all of your achievements, we are certain of one thing on this day: you will not let us down. College of Science graduates, we are all so proud of your grit and determination to succeed during these very unique times. All of you leave Weber State University as an alumni and a proud member of the 2020 Weber State University graduating class. We do not want you to wear the mantle of graduate of the fabulous College of Science at Weber State University lightly. We call on you as emerging leaders in the sciences and mathematics to seek to change the world through your individual actions and your chosen avenue of service. This celebration means that you are at a new beginning. A new journey full of adventure and promise awaits you. You are not alone. We are honored to be your cheerleaders as you move forward into your bright future. So please keep in touch with us. We do really look forward to celebrating your achievements in the years to come. Congratulations to all of you, and the very best of wishes from all of us as you continue to pursue your dreams. Graduates, go forth and lead the field. Please turn your mics on and we will celebrate with our poppers, confetti, and cheers. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Yay! I don't know if we got
Yay, way to go, everybody.
Yay! Woohoo!
Those poppers are loud.
Well, thanks everybody for coming. I'm so glad you could. On the screen, I'm going to share now, let me see, I think it's showing the last slide. This is a fun slide. Well, first of all, I'm Allie Miller, and I'm honored to be a part of this college, and my work is to make sure everyone knows the amazing faculty, student, and staff that are in this college, and I love it. It's awesome because you make it easy. So on the screen is a way for you to grab it, screen grab it, and then share with us how you celebrated, and maybe a fun fact that you want to let us know, like what's your next adventure. So we'll go ahead and leave this up for a few minutes. I'll turn on some music. Feel free to finish up any conversations that you might be having. And thanks again. Congratulations, graduates.